Hello, the continuing therapy journey. I'm sorry about my hairstyle. I've had an hat on. It's cold. You know how it is, girls. Well, normally at the end of the therapy, there's a healing, and in that healing, it brings up memories from the past. And there was a block. I couldn't access any for one reason or another, which it did me head in, to be honest with you. I felt like I'd done things wrong, even though Janie assured me that I hadn't. And she tried some other stuff, but one of my things, they call them emotional wounds, is you're doing things wrong, you're not good enough. I always got that told as a kid, you know. So once again, I kind of thought, this is my fault, I've done it wrong, something about what I've done or not done. And I left quite depressed, to be fair, which got worse as I got further. See, it's a very, very intense process, this therapy, and I can equate it to you. I don't know if any of you have ever lived in a house when it's been renovated. 2 years ago, this house was renovated. It was ripped apart, and I had to live in it while that happened. So basically, you're living in a building site. You've no comfort. I was basically living in a bare house at some points, and there's dust and there's shit. So in the process of ripping everything out, a lot of shit, dust, and stuff is created in it's like a rewire, and this is like a mental rewire in a way, because you think about how many you've been alive for decades with the same thought processes, and you've got some books, you've got some therapy, and it's not just that. You can't read a book and all right, it's not like fixing a Ford Fiesta. You know, you just go to page 5. Oh yeah, you need that spanner. Da da da. No, it's even though, I mean, I've read countless self-help books over time, and it's not about the reading. It's about the application of these things. It's about the application of the therapy. You know, a therapist can heal you to a certain extent and point fingers in a direction, but you have to do the work yourself, you know. And I was really questioning, fuck it, you know, but because it has been purgatory, this unearthing of stuff I've not thought about for decades, you know. Even today, just images come up of stuff you don't realise what's stored in your subconscious mind, and it's very fascinating. But, you know, once again, as Janie says, these negative voices will keep you away from therapy and tell you to deter anything that your mind deems as unsafe. It will deter you against. And, you know, and I've had wobbles thinking, you know, because it's fucking horrible. It's horrible going through, delving through these years of memories and things. It's hardcore, to be fair, but I don't want to be like the way I am anymore. You know, I'm in either a state of constant anger or fear, which I suppose everything, as Janie explained, emanates from fear. People wind me up all the time in the street, and you know, I just get wound up, and I'm sick of living like that, you know, because using all these negative energies, these negative vibes, it does take a lot of energy, and it is quite draining to live like this. I do worry I'm revealing too much of myself on these things, but it's necessary because a few people have messaged me saying these videos have helped, and some people are thinking of going for therapy and stuff, and you know, fair play to you. I would just do it. I wouldn't, if there's a need, I would do it, you know. But the 4th Agreements, I couldn't remember. I've wrote them down in my best serial killer. I've read the book twice. Part of the process of root cause therapy is the 4 Agreements, which is be impeccable with your word, how you communicate with yourself internally, the world, people around you, you know, using your word. Words are very powerful things. Words cast spells, hence we spell a word. Think about that one. And you write a word, as in a magical write. Do your best. What that means is, as long as it doesn't matter what rate of performance you're at, you know, 100%, or if you're feeling ill one day, as long as you give your best, it doesn't matter, you know. Never assume things, which is a big one for me. I'm a master of assumption. If somebody doesn't answer a phone to me, I think they fell out with me. Somebody doesn't answer a message, things like that. Somebody sees me at the street and seems a bit funny with me, I'll go home and I'll write a thesis on it in my head, you know, why they hate me. And don't take things personally, which is another thing where I do. I take a lot of stuff personally. You know, when you think about it, I've been on social media for 17 years. You can imagine the amount of abuse. A lot of it, some of it's been deserved. And sometimes I have kind of, not as much now. In the earlier days of me doing stuff, I was a very provocative fella. But I'm not going off track, just telling you about that. I mean, the last video I did was about 16 minutes long, and my phone doesn't have the memory. So I need to are we square? That's all right, isn't it? So where I'm at, I'm trying to incorporate these 4 agreements. Not just that, just to analyse what I'm doing and the reasons why. And quickly, this isn't the inner child thing is a big part of this. And you get to see why you feel emotions you do. And now I have an idea of when I'm triggered and I feel hurt or anger, and it goes back to incidents that happened decades ago, what are still playing out in my psyche. You know, I'm learning to explore them and analyse and kind of intellectualise why I'm doing these things. So it's just a case of work in progress. We're still pressing on with it. This time of year doesn't help me at all. This has been the winter of discontent, as Shakespeare. Well, it has been a particularly horrific winter for one reason or another. But we press on. I'm currently all right mentally, but it keeps dipping, and yeah, we're just pressing on, and we're still on the journey, we're still on the horse, and that's it really. That's where we're at. Still learning, still trying to grow, and still trying to get better. So if you fancy a 30-minute consultation with Janie, there's a link below this video. I've got a TikTok, there's a link below. I'm not sure what platform this will go on. YouTube definitely, but yeah. Subscribe and click the notification bell. I didn't hear it ting, but you know, I'm shit at special effects. Thank you. And thank you to Janie. And if you're not feeling too good, just reach out to somebody and just talk, communicate, let the feelings be known. Okay, thank you.